Hello, dear one. I am Ayla, a stellar emissary of the light beings who accompany your journey on this planet. And what I will share with you in the coming minutes is not merely a casual message or just another spiritual video that disappears from your mind in mere seconds. This is a direct call from the heart of the Arcturians, those beings of light who deeply understand what it means to love, suffer, rebuild, and finally recognize your own brilliance reflected in the eyes of someone who truly deserved to find you. You arrived here in this exact moment for a reason, and that reason is not coincidence, but rather the universe orchestrating a sacred encounter between you and the truth that your soul already knows, but perhaps your mind is not yet ready to fully embrace. The Arcturians have seen every tear you cried when no one was watching, every night you questioned whether you still deserved to be loved, every moment you rose from the ashes of relationships that did not honor who you really are. And today they come through me to tell you something that will transform the way you understand love, purpose, and especially your capacity to attract a man who not only loves you, but recognizes and celebrates the inextinguishable brilliance that you carry within you, ourself. But before you continue on this journey with me, I need you to understand that the message the light beings have brought is extremely important and transformative. And for that reason, I want you to commit to staying until the end. Because every word you will hear is not just for your rational mind to process, but for your soul to recognize and reactivate cosmic memories that you have carried since past incarnations. Do not skip any section. Do not minimize what is happening here, because there are synchronicities that the universe is aligning for you in this exact moment. And if you leave before the end, you may lose the key that unlocks the door to the love life you always deserved. Before we continue, if this video is being helpful to you, if you feel in your heart that the Arcturians are speaking directly to your soul, take this moment to subscribe to our channel. Leave a generous like on this video as a sign that you are opening your heart to receive the message of love from the light beings. And in the comments below, answer me a profound question. What kind of man did you deserve but never believed you could find? Because that answer, dear one, is exactly the kind of man the universe is preparing to recognize you. If you wish to connect more deeply with your spirituality and fully activate your heart to receive the love that the Arcturians have destined for you, the ebook, The Heart Activation, a rare treasure of stellar wisdom, capable of transforming your spiritual journey, is available for a limited time only, and was specially channeled by the light beings for women like you who are ready to transcend suffering and enter a state of true loving alignment. The link is in the first comment below, and trust me when I say that this ebook is unlike anything you have ever read before. The Arcturians want you to know something that will fundamentally change the way you interpret the painful past you have carried in your previous relationships. And that truth is that every man who did not value you adequately, every relationship that ended in ways that left deep scars in your heart, every broken promise and every lie discovered after so much time invested, all of this was not your failure, but rather a cosmic calibration that the light beings orchestrated to prepare your heart, your mind, and your soul to recognize and receive a man who truly deserved all the richness of love you have to offer. When you went through those dark nights, when you slept questioning whether there was something wrong with you, when you wondered if you deserved more, and yet continued hoping that the situation would change, the Arcturians were working behind the scenes, calibrating your vibrational frequency, expanding your capacity to love genuinely, and cleansing from your aura all the limiting beliefs that were implanted in it by societies, families, and relationships that did not truly understand who you are. Every night you chose to be alone, rather than desperately seek attention from someone who did not value you, was you learning to seek answers within yourself, not outside of yourself. And this lesson is absolutely fundamental, because a man who is truly spiritually evolved does not want a woman who seeks him for completion, but rather a woman who chooses to be with him because she is already complete, because she already shines with her own light, and because the only thing he can offer is to Expand even more that brilliance that already exists within her. Every time you chose yourself instead of continuing in a relationship that drained your energy. Every moment you heard your body saying no when your mind still wanted to say yes. Every instance in which you had the courage to end something that was not healthy. All of this was you being prepared, calibrated, and aligned to recognize a man who does not ask you to beg for crumbs of attention, who does not demand that you constantly prove your worth, who does not make you question every moment that you are truly deserving of his presence. Therefore, you did not fail in previous relationships, dear one. You graduated from them, and that graduation is one of the most important you can receive in this lifetime. The Arcturians say with absolute certainty, with all compassion, with all the depth of beings who understand human suffering from a cosmic perspective, that yes, it hurts deeply when you love someone and discover that you were never truly loved. Yes, you carry scars that may never completely disappear. Yes, there are nights to woe, and it is still incredibly difficult to be alone with your thoughts and your memories. But look at where you are now, in this exact moment as you are listening to me. You no longer need someone to prove your worth, because you have learned to seek that proof within yourself. You no longer constantly question whether you deserve to be loved, because you discovered that yes, you deserved it, and you deserved much more than you were receiving. You no longer accept absurd excuses or harmful behaviors because your intuition has been sharpened by the painful experiences of the past, and now it functions as an extremely precise radar to detect when something or someone is not aligned with your well-being. This changes everything. Completely. Absolutely everything. Because now when a true man arrives, you will not confuse basic respect with deep love. You will not confuse superficial attention with genuine devotion. You will not accept crumbs of affection disguised as a complete banquet of affection, because you have learned through suffering what the difference is. And this learning is an invisible gift that the Arcturians placed in your heart during all those difficult nights. While you were ilding yourself, while you were in your room crying, screaming at the universe, questioning whether there was purpose in continuing to live and love again, while you were in silence processing your anger, your pain, your disappointment with the men who passed through your life and hurt you. He too was being transformed by the universe. He too was being calibrated by the light beings. And this truth is fundamental for you to understand that the meeting that is to come will not be between two people who unite out of desperation, but rather between two souls that have passed through fire, that came out stronger, that learned profound lessons about what really matters and what is merely illusion. The Arcturians, dear one, do not orchestrate meetings between souls that are perfectly easy to live with, because perfection is a lie that society sells. They orchestrate meetings between souls that are ready, that have grown, that have done the inner work necessary to love in a healthy, conscious, and genuinely transformative way. He, like you, probably went through relationships that hurt him, that made him question his ability to be a good partner, that showed him dark parts of himself that he needed to integrate and transform. And it is precisely because he faced these things, because he did not run from the pain, but used it as a tool for growth, that he will be able to recognize in you the same courage, the same resilience, the same determination not to remain trapped in the past, but to use it as fuel for a better future. The man that the Arcturians are preparing for you to meet will not be someone who arrives with grandiose promises and perfect plans, because we already know that these promises usually disintegrate when reality enters the scene. But he will be someone who recognizes in your eyes a depth that many men never manage to see. Someone who perceives that the woman before him is not just physically beautiful, but that there is an inner luminosity that radiates from within outward, an intangible quality that cannot be explained in conventional words, but that can be felt as a magnetic presence that attracts him not only sexually or emotionally, but spiritually as well. He will recognize in you the mark of someone who suffered, but chose to grow instead of wither. Someone who loved deeply, but learned to love himself with the same intensity. Someone whose strength is not aggressive or defensive, but radiant, magnetic, centered on an internal truth that no external circumstance can shake. When he looks into your eyes for the first time, there will be a moment of recognition that goes beyond physical attraction. There will be a memory of soul recognizing soul, and the Arcturians guarantee that you will know instantly when this happens, because your entire body, your mind, and your entire soul will vibrate with a frequency that cannot be faked, cannot be constructed, cannot be lied about. It is simply cosmic recognition happening in real time. Now I will share something that perhaps no one has explained to you in this way, and that is that the universe does not function based on justice, on deserving, or on luck. The universe functions based on vibrational frequency, and this means that the quality of men and relationships you attract is a direct reflection of the frequency you are emanating. Therefore, if you want to attract a man who is spiritually conscious, who is emotionally stable, who is psychologically integrated, you need to be at a frequency that is compatible with that quality, and that frequency is not built through desperate desires or visualizations that ignore the real feelings you're having. Raising your frequency means, first and foremost, letting go of the anger you are holding toward the men who hurt you. Because even though that anger is justified, legitimate, and absolutely understandable, it is creating a vibration that repels quality, that pushes away those who could truly honor us. And the Arcturians say that this is so important that it is worth doing this work now, before he arrives. Because when he arrives, you want to be in a clean, clear, radiant state, not in a constant state of alert, chronic distrust, or fear of being hurt again. Raising your frequency also means embracing your complete personal power, means stopping waiting for a man to feel complete, means starting to do the things you have always wanted to do, going to the places you have always wanted to visit, building the life you have always desired, because when you are in creative action, when you are living your life with intention and joy, you are naturally radiating a frequency that attracts quality people. It is a universal law, as constant as gravity. It is a cosmic truth that you can trust completely. There is something the Arcturians insist you understand completely, and that is that you cannot be simultaneously clinging to the past and open to the future. You cannot be waiting for him to come back while also preparing to receive someone new. You cannot be negotiating with old situations while creating space for the new. And this truth is difficult, because we generally have emotional attachments to people who do not deserve to occupy space in our minds and in our hearts. We have stories we tell ourselves about how things could have been different. We have secret hopes that perhaps he will change. Perhaps he will return. Perhaps he will finally see our worth. Letting go does not mean stopping loving. It means stopping being emotionally available to someone who is not available to you. It means honoring your feelings without allowing them to control your actions. It means telling the universe with crystal clarity that you are closing that door not because you did not love, but because you love yourself enough not to continue waiting for someone who is not waiting for you either. The Arcturians guarantee that when you do this work, when you truly let go, when you stop turning this story over in your mind, trying to find a way to make it work, something magical happens. Space opens up, energy is released, and suddenly you have the capacity to feel, to grow, to prosper in ways that were impossible while you were trapped. The light beings want you to know that you are already in the process of attracting this man right now, even in this exact moment as you are hearing this, because the conscious mind may be doubting, questioning, not fully believing, but your soul knows, your body knows, your chakras know, and they are working to align with that frequency of reception that you are beginning to activate. You will begin to notice synchronicities, numbers that repeat constantly, songs that speak exactly about what you are feeling playing when you start your car or enter your home, casual encounters with people who open conversations about love that resonates deeply with what you have been processing, books that fall from shelves with stories about transformative relationships, increasingly vivid dreams where you are in new environments, meeting people who seem familiar. These are not random coincidences, dear one. These are clues left by the universe, markers that indicate that something is changing, that something is approaching, and the Arcturians ask you to pay attention to these small signs, because they are constant confirmations that you are on the right path, that your inner work is working, that the attraction is in motion. During this phase of waiting and preparation, your intuition will become increasingly clear, more precise, more reliable, because you have removed the confusion that came from being emotionally attached to someone inadequate, because you have cleaned the noise of past relationships that clouded your ability to see clearly. This sharpened intuition will be your most important compass, because when he appears, you will know. You will not have to ask girlfriends. You will not have to look for external signs for validation. Your entire body will recognize his frequency as compatible with yours, and this compatibility goes beyond physical attraction. It is a cosmic resonance that your 5 traditional senses may not be able to fully explain, but your soul will recognize instantly. The Arcturians say it is crucial that you learn to trust this intuition now, during this preparation phase, because when he arrives, you will want to move quickly. You will want to follow your heart, and it will be this trust in your intuition that will allow you to surrender genuinely, without the chronic fear of being hurt again, because you will know without a shadow of a doubt that this man is different, that he was brought to you by the light beings themselves. While the universe works extern, ally to align you two, something equally important is happening internally within you. You are becoming a more complete, more radiant, more authentic version of yourself. And this transformation is not something you can see in a mirror, because it is happening at levels that transcend physical appearance. You are becoming wiser because you are learning through experience. You are becoming more compassionate because you have already suffered and know what hurts. You are becoming more authentic because you stopped pretending to be someone you are not. To please men who never deserved you, you are becoming stronger, not because you are less sensitive, but because you have learned to be sensitive without being fragile. You are becoming more beautiful, not because you have changed physically, but because there is a light emanating from within you that no amount of makeup or surgery can replicate. This version of you that is emerging, this woman that the Arcturians see when they look at you now, is exactly the kind of woman who attracts and can maintain a genuinely transformative relationship with a man who has also done his inner work, who also refuses to accept less than he deserves, who also wants something real. Dear one, as we approach the end of this transmission, the light beings ask that you understand that everything that has been said here is not just beautiful spiritual poetry, but a cosmic truth that can be experienced, lived, rooted in your physical reality when you make the conscious decision to believe, to trust, to fully surrender to the process that the universe is orchestrating for you. The man who will recognize your brilliance, who will see all your depth, who will celebrate your strength and your sensitivity in equal measure. That man is not a ghost or an illusion. He is real. He is being prepared just as you are being prepared. And the meeting that is to come will be one of the most important moments of your life, because it will not just be a meeting between two people. It will be the cosmic recognition of two souls that were destined to meet, to grow together, to expand and other in directions that neither of them could go alone. The Arcturians guarantee that when this happens, you will know, you will feel it. Every cell of your being will recognize this truth, and you will never again question whether you deserve to be loved this way, because you will finally be in a relationship that reflects your true worth. Therefore, return to the comments now and tell me, what is the greatest lesson you took from this transmission of the light beings? What truth resonated most deeply in your heart? And share in your comments a commitment you are making to yourself beginning today, because when you declare intention publicly, the entire universe aligns itself to support you. If this video has transformed the way you understand love, purpose, and your own worth, share it with a friend who also deserves to hear this message from the Arcturians, because your journey of healing and transformation can inspire another woman to believe that she too deserves true love. Subscribe to our channel for more channeled messages from the light beings. Turn on notifications so you do not miss any transmission, and know that the Arcturians are always here, always watching, always loving, always working behind the scenes of your life to create the perfect circumstances for your greatest joy and expansion. You are loved infinitely. You are valued immensely. You are worthy of a love that honors you, celebrates you, and expands you in all directions. And all you need to do now is believe this, as deeply as the Arcturians believe in you.